A few weeks ago, we went through the 5 critical items in a pre-construction purchase agreement. Many of you said you would like me to walk you through each of the items on the developer's final bill. I would like to show you some actual numbers. So, I picked a bill from a downtown condo with the final closing occurred a few months ago. I purposely picked one with fees on the high side so you can get a sense of what a worst-case scenario is like. The purchase price of the unit is $650,400. What is the closing cost for this unit? There are 10 items that you need to be aware of. Let's go through them one by one. Number 1. Tarion Warranty. Every new condo unit must be enrolled in the Tarion New Home Warranty program, and you have to pay an enrollment fee. The fee ranges from $1,000 to $1,800, depending on the purchase price of the unit. In this particular case, the fee is $1,243. Number 2. Government charges. These are the levies and municipal charges related to Development Charges Act, the Education Act, and the Planning Act. They are charged by the government for building parks, schools, transit systems, and so on in the neighborhood. There are 2 major items that make up most of the bill, and the government charges are one of them. In this particular case, we have a 2-bedroom unit and the amount is around $17,000, which is 2.7% of the purchase price. These charges are relative to the unit size. So if you have a smaller unit, the amount would also be smaller. Number 3. Utility connection. This is for hooking up all the utility pipes, lines, and meters. A relatively small charge. Number 4. Registration and administration fees. There are various registration fees such as the electronic registration fee, the condominium registration fee, etc. In our case, all these fees add up to around $1,000. Number 5. Reserve fund. This fund goes into the condo corporation's bank account for future repairs. For example, one of the elevators in the building broke down and needs to be replaced. The condo corporation can just use the reserve fund to pay for that. There's no need to raise funds from the owners. In our case, around $1,200 goes into the reserve fund. Number 6. Land transfer tax. This is the second major item in the bill. You always have to pay the provincial land transfer tax. And if your property is located in Toronto, then you also have to pay the Toronto land transfer tax. In our case, the property is in downtown Toronto, so we need to pay both. As you can see, the total amount is equal to 2.72% of the purchase price. Land transfer tax is calculated based on the purchase price. So, if you have a cheaper unit, your land transfer tax would also be cheaper. Number 7. Lawyer fee. Typically around $1,500 or so. Let's see the total for all the above 7 items. They add up to 6.35% of the purchase price. For a property in City of Toronto, you should always budget around 6% of the purchase price to cover all the closing costs. For a property outside of City of Toronto, you can budget around 5% of the purchase price because you only need to pay 1 land transfer tax. Didn't I say there are 10 items at the beginning? Why are we only adding 7? Because the remaining items are rebatable and recurring fees. Number 8. HST Rebate. For an investor unit, you need to budget around $24,000 to cover the HST. Once your unit is rented out, you can get the amount rebated within 3 months. Check out my previous video, 5 questions on the 13% HST in Toronto real estate for all the details regarding HST rebate. Number 9. Property tax. The current property tax rate in Toronto is around 0.61%. Property tax is calculated on the assessed value of the property. The assessed value typically comes lower than the market price. In our case, the purchase price was $650,000, $400. The market price is around $850,000. And the assessed value is only $590,000. So the property tax amount will be around $3,600 per year. Number 10. This is the monthly maintenance fee, which is around 60 cents per square foot. Again, you will see an adjustment on the developer's bill based on the number of days you own the unit within the month. In conclusion, when you purchase a pre-construction unit, you should budget 5 to 6% of the purchase price to cover all your closing costs. I hope you enjoy this kind of knowledge. Comments below and let me know the topics that you enjoy. If you find this content valuable, make sure you click my subscribe button and hit the bell now.